Now on CoastTV News.
Voters celebrating their victory after a close race. What's next for short-term rentals in Ocean City?
Beach bacteria, why scientists say swimming in some Lewis water could be a health risk.
Dog waste complaints. Dewey Beach seeing an increase in people failing to pick up the mess.
The dangerous heat is returning to our area Thursday and Friday, but particularly on Friday. More on that coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
The results are in and they are posted on the door at Ocean City Council. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with the aftermath of a special election over those short-term rental rules in Ocean City.
After months of back and forth, Ocean City voters decided to throw away the new ordinance that would have added a minimum length of stay for short-term rentals in residential areas and mobile homes. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zapay live in Ocean City. Kevin, this brings an end for now to a long saga over a controversial ordinance.
Maddie, we are here at the Ocean City Convention Center, a place that had well over 1,600 people walk through those doors to cast their vote on Tuesday. And those rules for those short-term rentals have been overturned by that special election. But those voters may have to rally back to the polls in the future. On Tuesday, people in Ocean City spent hours rooting for and against new rules for certain short-term rentals in Ocean City. The ordinance would have added a minimum length of stay for short-term rentals in residential areas and mobile home districts shown here on this map, mandating a 5-day minimum length of stay immediately, and that minimum would have been bumped up to 31 days by 2027. But after the ballots were cast and voting doors closed, the results were announced. 800 people voted for the new rules, but a slightly higher 834 people voted against it. So all those rules are out. John McGathan, co-owner of the Blue Visita Vacation Rentals in town, says this is a win for owners' rights.
A bit of relief for sure. I'm very happy with the results, obviously, because the position that I'm in, representing property owners that are trying to rent their properties out. These restrictions were having a huge impact on them for the season.
But others are taking this as a loss, saying these areas should be preserved for year-round residents in town, and hopes to see action taken from the Ocean City Council. Although the ordinance did not pass on Tuesday, the Ocean City Council can always go back to the drawing board. They can propose a new ordinance that could regulate those short-term rentals in residential areas and mobile homes in the future. McGathan believes that is exactly what the council will do, but hopes for more communication between both sides to find a little balance.
I think that would be much better. I would like the city to do something like that, get other parts of this industry involved and not just make action.
If and when the new ordinance is proposed, arguments for both sides will ramp back up. But for now, the victors go the spoils. And at the moment, that means no new rules on short-term rentals. Now, according to the Ocean City Council, they have yet to discuss a new ordinance that would regulate those short-term rentals in residential areas and mobile homes. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Ocean City, CoastTV News.
Kevin, thank you. Now, changes to rentals in residential areas and mobile home neighborhoods include a moratorium, which will not allow any new business licenses in those areas. There's also an occupancy limit, limiting only 2 people per bedroom. Those changes, they were not part of the referendum, so those will stay in Ocean City.
Beachgoers in Lewis had an unpleasant surprise today after a swimming advisory was issued for 2 beaches in the area due to bacteria in the water. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Lewis. Emma, Lewis lifeguards say the water quality could be concern for some.
Charlie, we're at Lewis Beach where this swimming advisory just ended about an hour ago around 4. So all the signs have been taken down now, but Lewis Beach Patrol tells us that bacteria that was in the water can be bad for your health. DENREC and Lewis Beach Patrol tell us water testing showed high levels of fecal indicator bacteria, which can come from various natural and human sources like pet waste, trash, and boats, with heavy rain and storm water also playing a part. Beach Patrol says this can be detrimental to your health, especially for younger children, elderly people, and those with compromised immune systems. We spoke with one beachgoer and her granddaughter who were playing it safe and avoiding the water today.
Just coming to the beach and seeing there weren't many people in the water, and then seeing the signs and stuff. So yeah, and it was a bummer because we're here to swim and she loves to get in the water, and now we kind of can't.
Denrex says for everyone's safety, they do monitor Delaware's most popular beaches for indicator bacteria throughout the summer months. Reporting live here in Lewis, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, do bacteria advisories like the ones today change your beach plans?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 74% say yes, I don't go to the beach if that advisory is in place. 21% say they still go but don't swim. And 5% say no change.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. We're taking a live look into Lewis right now. Let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Paul, has anything changed since the last time we got to chat with you?
Oh no, everything's really beautiful for right now, but you know what? We're slowly feeling it creep a little bit warmer. Tomorrow we're going to be good old-fashioned summertime hot, and Friday we're under a heat advisory. See, I told you to get out and enjoy the week early because here it comes again. But in Laurel right now we're at 81, normal, pretty normal for this time of the year, degrees. And dew point temperature of 68. We're at 81 in Millsboro, Milton, Georgetown, as well as Laurel. Today's another one of those cool, perfect days. Not a problem. I mean, the dew point temperatures are in the mid-60s, not really an issue. But a heat advisory kicks in on Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night for everybody, from Milford to Delmar, Gumsboro, Lewis, Ocean View down to Bayville. Watching out for the heat index to climb, really like 105 or even higher than that some areas. We're looking very clear at this particular moment. And we're staying clear for the region as a whole with high pressure in place. For the next 12 hours, we're going to stay very clear and slowly slipping into the 60s overnight. Coming up, Maddie, we're going to talk about that heat advisory that kicks in going into the weekend.
All right, Paul, thank you. In Dewey Beach, the town is one of the few beach towns to allow dogs on the beach before 9:30 a.m. or after 5:30 p.m. in the summer. But Dewey says they're seeing more dog owners not follow the rules. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson live in Dewey Beach. Brandon, this is affecting the entire beach, not just one part of Dewey.
Maddie, Dewey Town Manager Bill Zalper says there's been an increase in people just not picking up after their dog here on Dewey Beach, prompting officials to put up signs like this one at every entrance and exit to the beach here in the town. And right now, for first-time offenders, a fine starts at $95, and every violation after that is $200 each. One visitor tells Coast TV this shouldn't be a problem at all.
You know, got to take care of where you're staying, really. I mean, dog poop, your own garbage, everything. It's the garbage cans are there, the beach, they provide the bags for the dogs. What more do we need?
The town says that all Dewey dog owners must buy a dog license for their four-legged friend, and that money directly goes towards the funding of 150,000 doggy bags for the town. Live in Dewey Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Sussex County officials are investigating a diversion of liquid waste commonly known as treated effluent near Bethany Beach. The county's Environmental Services Division reported an issue after finding a failure in a section of pipe that carries that waste to the ocean. Normally that sewage is released about a mile offshore. That failure caused the waste to discharge into a ditch. Officials say there are no public health or environmental threats linked to the incident. We do have a full article on this right now at coasttv.com.
The city of Rehoboth Beach will unveil a new historical marker, this one denoting the Rehoboth Beach Patrol's long history. Mayor Stan Mills says it's an honor to receive that state historical designation. The marker will be celebrated the morning of August 5th at 9 there at the Beach Patrol. And in Ocean City, the Ocean City Police Department and the town have reached a new deal. According to OCPD, the new pay scale features an entry-level starting pay of $64,000. OCPD says its next in-person testing session for those interested in joining is July 26th.
Storm drain work on East Naylor Mill Road is expected to wrap up this Friday. There is just one more pipe that still needs cleaning. Crews will be out from 9 a.m. to noon with a partial lane closure in place. While no full closures are expected, drivers should use caution when in the area.
Here's President Donald Trump touting what he described as a massive trade deal with Japan. That's America's fifth largest source of imports. The agreement proposes a 15% reciprocal tariff on Japanese goods exported to the U.S. The deal also calls for Tokyo to invest $550 billion into the U.S. The president says America will receive 90% of the profits.
Coming up, Columbia University disciplines more than 70 students after campus protests, what triggered the crackdown and why millions in federal funding could be on the line.
And here's a quick look at your state fair forecast for this evening. We're looking for temperatures in the 70s for the rest of the night under partly to mostly clear skies.
But first, Brian Koberger sentenced to life behind bars for the 2022 murder of 4 Idaho students. Emotional testimonies from family today, why the motive may never be known. Up next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
It has been a difficult, emotional day in Idaho in a courtroom where Brian Koberger was just sentenced to life behind bars for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students.
Jay Gray takes us inside the courtroom and shows us what friends and family members of the victim had to say when face to face with the admitted killer.
Because of him, 4 beautiful, genuine, compassionate people were taken from this world for no reason.
Raw emotion spilling out in a Boise courtroom. The roommates, friends, and family of Maddie Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, Zaina Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin sharing the pain of overwhelming loss.
She was that fun, loving, high-spirited, beautiful person. And I no longer get to get my nails done with her, have lunch with her.
For others, the message is more direct.
You're not worth the time, the effort to be remembered.
Their loss fuels a seething anger.
I won't stand here and give you what you want. I won't offer you tears. Instead, I will call you what you are. Sociopath, psychopath, murderer.
A hatred at times bordering on rage.
I want to just be out in the woods with you just so I can teach you about loss and pain. I'm shaking because I want to reach out to you, but I hope you feel my energy, okay? Go to hell.
The confessed killer staring straight ahead, seemingly no emotion, no sign of remorse, only responding when offered the chance to speak.
I respectfully decline.
Don't. Judge Steve Hippler calling the convicted murderer a faceless coward and evil.
In my view, the time has now come to end Mr. Koberger's 15 minutes of fame.
Formally sentencing the now 30-year-old killer to spend the rest of his life in prison. Jay Gray, NBC News.
As we're taking a look at the sand in Ocean City, everything's all set up perfectly for you to enjoy yourself. We're at 79 degrees right now, and we're at 78 in Bethany Beach, 78 also in Lewis, and 77 Rehoboth Beach. Farther inland, we're holding at 81 degrees in not only Laurel, but also in Georgetown. Dew point temperatures are in the 60s right now, which is pretty close to the norm. I mean, that would support a chance of a spot shower kind of sticking around for a little while, but at least we're not dealing with oppressive type of humidity at this point. May we please take a look at the chart, please? So, we're at muggy today, muggy to humid tomorrow. Friday, we go up to very humid. Saturday, Sunday, we go all the way up to miserable, and we stay there for a while, okay? I'm just letting you know, go ahead and get your water game up because you are going to need it in a massive way. A heat advisory is in effect. But get this, and I thought it was kind of odd, so let's see if they changed their mind at the Weather Service. They didn't issue one for Thursday, but they issued one for Friday. I'm going to show you some calculations I've picked up for today as far as the heat index is concerned. I was wondering why they didn't issue one for Thursday, but we're barely under that threshold. Okay, so first of all, you take a look at live radar. We're looking clear for right now. High pressure and control of our weather, so that opens the door for lots of heat to bear down on us. You see, Thursday we're looking for another beautiful day, but humidity starts creeping up. Now Friday's going to be flat out hot, sweltering, heat index well beyond 100. So when you take a look at Thursday, we look at about 86, maybe 88 for the high. Not quite there for a heat advisory, but stick with me for a while. 86 for the high in Georgetown, 85 for the high in Millsboro, 87 for the high in Cambridge. And we're expecting a high of 85 degrees in Berlin, Pocomoke City, and Snow Hill. When we go into, let's say, Thursday afternoon, look at these 87, 88s, 89s, 90 in Del Mar and in Salisbury, particularly for the folks that live along Highway 13 and up to where 13 and 16 cross. That's where I think is going to be the hot spot for the day. For Friday, we are well into the 90s everywhere with winds coming out of the south. Watching out for a quick shower. Futurecast, we're looking at temperatures staying, once again, into the 90s. Look at how dark we get into the 90s. Now, here's the calculation I was telling you about. See, here's Thursday. We get up to 88 degrees, and this is a brand new graphic here, you guys. So I'm going to show you what you're looking at. The red is indicating the heat index, okay? 96. I think 88 is going to peak at about 100, 101 or 2. That's just enough to give us a heat advisory, but they skipped that day. Now, for Friday, we're expected to calculate up to 117. Maybe you missed that because you're busy making dinner. Let me say that one more time in the back. You listening? Friday, heat index 117. You heard it that time. And then we're going to stay at 104 for Saturday. I think Thursday is going to get a little warmer as well. Even generally speaking, with our most conservative models, we're indicating triple-digit threat for both Friday and Saturday. So that in mind. Now, rain chances increase Saturday and Sunday. They stay depressed from Thursday and Friday. As you go into Sunday, we're looking at scattered showers. Now, as you go into Monday, it clears out. So for tonight, clear skies and pleasant at 64. Tomorrow, 88. 96 on Friday, sweltering conditions. Here's a look at your extended forecast.
Thank you, Paul. Coming up on the Delmarva Sports Network, your game of the night. Watch live as the Delmarva Shorebirds continue their series against the Lynchburg Hillcats. That's at 7. Then the final score at 10:30.
An event unique to Delmarva, quickly approaching the 100th Chincoteague Pony Swim, takes place July 30th. You can watch the ponies live on DSN and DSN Plus with coverage beginning at 7 a.m.
We salute Dr. Dana Kennan, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran who served from 1954 to 1959. As a pilot, he faced high-stakes situations, from emergency flameouts to rapid response alerts that had him airborne within minutes. A true patriot, Dr. Kennan has always believed in the strength and purpose of this country, saying, "In this world, we all have a part to play." His service and unwavering dedication continue to inspire.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
New today, Columbia University has disciplined more than 70 students for participating in 2 student-led pro-Palestinian protests on the campus where anti-Semitic acts occurred. The disciplinary crackdown comes several months after the Trump administration cut hundreds of millions of dollars in federal research grants to Columbia. Following the cuts, Columbia agreed to adjust its disciplinary process and implement a long list of new policies in order to begin negotiations to restore federal funding.
The Little League Softball Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament, it's happening this week. The Delmarva Sports Network, they're in Bristol, covering Delaware's Camden, Wyoming squad. It's brought to you by Preston Automotive. We have live updates on the Delmarva Sports Network app, website, and social media.
One more live look outside into Cambridge. Look at those boats enjoying the day as we take a final look on our forecast after this.
The deadline quickly approaching for Rehoboth Beach Reflections. That's the city's annual photo competition. Photographers have until September 5th to submit up to 3 photos for a chance to be featured in the city's 2026 calendar. The city says there are a few reminders for what makes a good submission. Number 1, only submit horizontal photos. That's important. Number 2, make sure your photo was taken recently in the past 2 years is good. And 3, ensure it was taken in the greater Rehoboth area.
Take a look at Milford. Our Bay Health camera, we're holding at 80 degrees at this present time. We anticipate dropping down to 78 degrees under mostly clear skies by 7 o'clock. Then we'll dip down to 74 clear skies, and we'll actually clip the 60s before the night is done. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Dorothy Kazala of Milton. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Now, you can also keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. The number to call is 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Now, we're going to start getting warmer on Thursday. There's a heat advisory in effect for Friday, so just keep that in mind.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.